Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host from Pearl Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, hero of Psych Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Langraskaya. In the north, it is Begbie, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, here with the 116th Panzerdivision Winhund, with Jaeger Infantry, Storm, and Mech and Assault, but he's straight for Jaeger Infantry with ambush training, Jaeger Light Infantry upgrades, Jaeger Command Squads, Light Artillery Barrages, and the Stuka anti-tank. Straight from the south, it is Memphis, fighting for America, Freedom, Democracy, here with the 3rd Armored Division with Rifle Company, Heavy Cavalry, and Recon support with triple infantry bulletins there. A Grenadier MD42 versus Double Rifle Star there, and as always, a big hearty thanks to my own company here, as my patron supporters. Without them and their support, the Propagandacast would not be possible. So big thanks to all those. Other people can join the ranks by Patreon, or they can donate via PayPal. Links are in the description, or you can just comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. That way, get the YouTube algorithm to spread the video out to more people. So, Ralph's got me on the eastern side, MD42 ultimately up pretty aggressively here. And there you go, already the machine gets caught off in a bad spot. There always the risk of going your machine gun like that. If your opponent's also playing very aggressively, they can catch a machine gun team in a pretty bad spot. That's it. Typically, they're not going to be that aggressive, but again, there will always be that outlier here. And Memphis clearly is that outlier. But there you go, Gunners ramming here, force machine to... Oh, Ralph's got to push back in the face of the machine gun there. Close call there though for Begbie. We got a single in this corner for him. I imagine Memphis is going to go for more rifle squads. Or he could, as opposed to planning like a really fast tech here. So we'll of course have to see here. Back here. Does look like he might be going for a fast officer here. We're not seeing like any addition. Oh, there we go, 3rd rifle squad. So I guess he was just too caught up in maneuvering that one rifle squad. He can get the other squad into place here to actually like, you know, call out 3rd rifle squad. So that's the thing that can happen, of course. You just get so caught up in it, like you just lose sight of the logistics. But there you go, Grenadiers taking losses, machine falling back. Of course, the rifle squad there is one to be taken very seriously. Again, the rifle squad at like short to mid range, in particular short range, that has some incredible DPS there for an early squad. So keep that in mind. 3rd rifle squad there for Memphis, plus there's a possibility, of course, Memphis could be rechanging grenades here. And while the average American player never does that, you never know until you suddenly find yourself with a grenade amidst your men there. And it certainly could be that Begbie's one of those few Wehrmacht players who's actually a bit paranoid about that. We got sandbags in the eastern field point here. West side here, the Memphis making excellent progress there with re-echelons, the M1 carbines, ready to fire some shots at any advancing Germans. Going to be saying westwards there. The M1 carbine was initially designed as a weapon of sort of, shall we say, re-echelon troops, you know, basically as a more idiot-proof, shall we say, sidearm rather than a pistol. Just turns out, you know, the whole idea of like, you know, a smaller caliber round in a sort of rifle weapon, so it was actually like, you know, pretty handy for a lot of other units, particularly elite units, so it became popular with, you know, well, elite units like the paratroopers. Also, interesting enough, some of the German troops also liked and actually use it as a trophy weapon, so fun fact there. Grenadiers from the eastern side, back up the Info 2 there. West side here, Grenadier squad from Begbie with only a Rearson squad immediately within response time. He's going to have to run some rifle squads there. We got flamethrowers, meaning of course Rifle Company with the EC8, the Rifle Defensive Structures, Advanced Infantry Equipment, M3 half tracks, and the White Phosphorus Smoke Barrage. Pushing straight for the car point here. MG42 SM. Okay, that's an interesting setup here by Begbie. That is exceedingly rare. Like, he's setting up another machine position here. Like, that's much harder to flank to cover the fuel point here. On one hand, I have to say it's neat, but on the other hand, I feel like if you're going to stuff a machine gun there, you might as well just long-term set up a machine gun bunker, because that's like, you know, 260 manpower that could be affecting the battlefield elsewhere, and I typically find that's not a super great usage of that. Personally, plus again, that just requires them to get something, then it's gone, or even wipe, then you hand the opponent a machine gun. Like long term, you probably, if you want to keep doing this, set up a machine gun bunker. But that's that. We got takedown here from Great Lieutenant from Memphis. Rifle squad that push back with the Grenadiers. Far west here, Gunner's been caught with the Rifle Garrisons and the Lieutenant, going up there with a flamethrower. Of course, some rifles here and the Thompson submachine and the Lieutenant pushing back the Grenadiers here. Already got a kill there. Ambulance falling up here for Memphis. We've got the eastern side here. I mean, so far the Americans have got excellent map control here versus Begbie across the entire field. Begbie is definitely feeling the heat here of the Americans. M20 utility carrier for Memphis, looking to hit fast here on the field with some fast vehicles there against Begbie. Feeling aggressive, feeling fast, feeling furious. Turning forwards here. Getting flanked with the gunnies and the pioneer system as the gunnies up close here. Quick route here. Got the ambulance out. Less fast and furious there. Pioneers around the lieutenant here. Or pioneers around the lieutenant, not the other way around. Bartway up there. Swift move by Begbie. Machine gun remains very much ensconced there. You should probably consider like just the ambush camouflage. And Reason's almost got Western Fuel Point back. Light mechanized company plus a bunker there for Begbie. His men basically with all manner of things. And there you go. Got the M20 utility card here for Memphis. Freedom and Democracy, the 3rd Armored Division. We'll be seeing the M3 half-track, most likely not. The M3 half-track is not a particular big part of the American metagame. No, which is half-tracks in general as being upgraded to the quad mount typically aren't in the first place. Most players just aren't big mechanized infantry players, unfortunately. So, little side note there. Ambulance, or medics on the way there for Begbie. Not much of an ambulance in that. Route moving forwards, M20 moving forwards as well. Armored sights goes ready. We'll have to see if he lays down any mines. I mean, currently with Beck, oh, he's gone for second pioneer squad, so he could go for mine sweepers, but said if he doesn't bother, I mean, a mine in the right place here for Memphis could do some serious harm there to Begbie and the Germans. As he's only going to find himself with a stuck tank in the mud. Turn pushing forwards here, going to just find back with the cut on the TKs. Worth noting, we're not seeing any upgrades. We do get the 2-2 on the way here for Begbie. It's going to be an obvious counter to the 2-2, but also put pressure here on Memphis's infantry. That said, even without the M20, would have gone for the 2-2 because it's just standard Wehrmacht metagame. But it certainly does make the choice of the M20 bolder here for Memphis because, again, like, he should know, like, you know, that's going to be a 2-2 to counter it. So he must have some plan there, some ideas here. Could lay down a mine there, perhaps. Again, hope to bait in the 2-2 into it. 50 cal there for Memphis. Flanking the MB42 with the M20. Very good work there, of course, by Memphis. Riding the crap machine gun there. My God, Jurgens, they have vehicles! Yeah, they have vehicles. They're Americans. They're not the Russians. They have vehicles. They have so many. There Garmin can't get any M20. No more time for mines here for Memphis. In this case, note the path he takes there. He's swinging behind the rifle squad because that way the armored car can't pursue without risking getting a face full of anti-tank rifle grenade. Thumbs up there to Memphis. And the west side there, Reason's got the pointy 50 cal almost done there for Memphis. Got the Stuart light tank here for Memphis, Freedom and Democracy. The M501 Stuart light tank there. Troop reinforcing. 50 cal sitting out there for Memphis. West side we got the Reason stationing about a bit. He can these pioneers seizing the centre victory point away from his armies. Still so far, Memphis got a pretty strong lead here over Begbie. Big victory point lead there. Reason versus Pioneers, Flamethrower versus Flamethrower, Fire versus Fire. Got the 5th cal though, that's going to be a big problem there for the Pioneers. We've got Rifle off here though. Not terrible, but obviously not good enough either. That said, I think Memphis will have to retreat them 50 cal. They've got machine up support here, plus troops coming from the other side. And there you go, Begbie with a Grenade and Alpha. Thumbs up to that. The east side here, Ralph's got pushed back with the Grenadiers here. Begbie standing his ground for Deutschland. No light machine guns or G35 yet for any of his Grenadiers. Interesting there. Stuart light tank though is not here for Memphis. Arm coming forwards. Sandbags in the east. And we got the Grenadier team ready here for Begbie and for Deutschland. Holding up the centre. Grimwing westwards there. Grenadier versus the rifle squad. The Reasons bring up the roll here. 1 kill there. Slowly, very slowly approaching. There you go. Flamethrower immediately getting a kill there. West side here we got Lieutenant Grenadiers with rifle squad. All clashing out. In the east side, Grenadiers could get wiped out, but there you go. Begbie and narrowly gets a retreat going there before his men get turned into human torches. Armored car swiftly engaging there. Getting a quick kill there on Lawrence. West side having good progress, and the center Grenadiers holding up here. Still no upgrades for any of Begbie's men though. Nor a Jaeger command squad, which is a bit amusing because normally like one of the primary reasons to go for this commander, particularly now they nerfed the anti-tank capability, is to go for the Jaeger command squad because it's a really good unit. It's a bit surprising to see him not go for an got S-Mons on the flank here. Worth noting by the way, while Begbie did go for Mort, he doesn't have a anti-tank gun. Again, no telemines either. No Panzer strikes. I mean, he basically has no way of like seriously countering this to a light tank here. Unless it like gets off a lot of Panther Faust, which is going to be very expensive for Begbie in terms of manpower and munitions to achieve. So far, though, Memphis continues to exert excellent but it's also floating an incredible amount of munitions, like 300, good god. You really should be spending some of that, like grenades, weapon racks, mines. I mean, he's gone for rifleman defense, rifle companies who can actually use the rifleman as well. So lay down mines besides the M20, so I do think he needs to do something there, because I definitely think floating that much munitions without utilizing it is, I think, a significant operational level mistake here by Memphis. We do get a mine here, thumbs up. A very powerful M6 anti-tank mine, which does the same damage as a Teller mine, but instead of just dealing heavy engine damage, actually utterly immobilizes whatever vehicle that, you know, hits it and isn't destroyed, which can be really powerful. I'd like to add, I've seen players win by just basically mobilizing stuff like a Panther and a King Tiger. So do not take those mines lightly. But so far, Memphis here with excellent map control versus Begbie. Begbie, I think, tactically also needs to like switch up the way he's approaching Memphis so far. That he has to hope like Memphis makes a big mistake here, because currently these kind of engagements are not particularly like favoring Begbie. They're much more favoring Memphis. Again, Memphis, I feel like, could be laying down more mines and such. We do get both weapon racks and grenades at the same time now. Yeah, I guess. I mean, both are obviously good. Timing wise, I think we should just go for one and then push tanks, but I mean, going for both does give him some options. We've got some bars up there on top of the mines here. Armored car knocked out, good kill here for Memphis, removes a motorized threat from his backside. Stuart Light Tank that takes it from the Pack 40, the Panzer up economic 40, but still Memphis retains excellent map control versus Begbie. Dominates the field here. Bravo squad here is now laying up sandbags along the other sandbags. Okay. Plus, of course, has he mined that? No, he hasn't. He's just mined that. But either way, though, decent mining here by Memphis, starting to become good, if anything. I could definitely give Begbie some headaches. No Jaeger command squad for him. Has he teched up? 9. He has not teched up by. In fact, he's significantly behind on fuel here compared to his opponent. As in fact, bring up a second Pack 40, which I think is a very strong indicator again that Begbie has realized he's kinda in a bad spot when it comes to the fuel. Doing a very auto, we shall win with our panzers. What panzers? We don't have fuel to get them to the front line. Oh, well, couldn't we like just use wood stoves? 9. So all in Germany. And yes, they did actually have the tanks with wood stove engines in Germany for training as the war went on. Fun fact, or other ways of, shall I say, creating some sort of like, you know, momentum for the vehicles. But I think wood stoves were actually used as some gas engines. Can't quite remember that. But they had a variety of, shall I say, improvised methods there to preserve fuel for the frontline units. 5th kill on the way there from Memphis. 25th goes the gun DC. Yes, Major out there. I do think Memphis would benefit from a mortar himself. They could also, I suppose, just go for the Scott here to bombard Begbie's positions. Another machine gun for Begbie, so he's basically looking to hedgehog it. I think I just create like this really prickly defensive position, hope Memphis can't break it. But again, if it falls, he's going to be in some really deep sauerkraut. There we go, deep flank here for Memphis. Make use of a big gap here and blind spot in Begbie's defenses. Going with infantry, flame for there you go. MD4 takes up to flank, cover the flank, so not perhaps quite as a blind spot, but the car pond is still in trouble. We got the M20 racing through here. Cook pop smoke, but doesn't pop smoke in time, he's going to lose it. Good kill here for Begbie. Definitely a bit of a mistake there by Memphis. Grab the centre victory point. They're going to quick right up the rifle squad. Then Lieutenant didn't pop a grenade here. I think that could have given him a wipe here on Begbie and left Begbie in a very bad spot. Then Morse laying a close hit there. Pioneers pushing for these and probably got a rifle squad there. Of course, there's still the mine which could take some of the Pioneers out of the commission here. Really bad spot here for Begbie right now as Memphis is just unleashing hell. What? He's moving straight into the mine possibly. And there you go, gets it off. Oh dear, that was a mistake on Memphis. Even if it did put back Begbie, it could have gone out very wrong there for Memphis, or at least worse. Grenadiers here being pursued by the Rascal. Pack 40 wiped out. Great kill here for Memphis. Really sour spot here for Begbie. Even he's getting some hits in on Memphis. He, I think, is taking some too heavy losses in the process. There you go. Machine nearly arriving here to save the situation. Perhaps Rascal those making a move here. No, they can't grab it. And we got a telecording of a Major on the other MG42 there. Pack being crewed by the Pioneers. A really intense engagement. Begbie needs the fuel here. And Memphis is probably going to push for an EC8 Sherman any time now. Versus Begbie and the 116th Panzer Division. Grenadiers pushing eastwards there for the eastern fuel point. Moving up the centre with the machine gun. Worth noting, while he has gone for Jaeger Infantry, I mean, crucially, he's yet to use any part of the command. He's also lost the Grenadiers squad. We haven't seen, like, ambush camouflage, no sprints, no G43s, no Jaeger command squad. I mean, you do have to wonder why he'd go for the command if he's not going to use it. And Memphis goes for the Scot. Obviously, a strong choice there. Finally got some tech there for Begbie. But again, I think he should have gone for the EC8 first here rather than the Scot. But again, that's just my personal taste here, I think, speaking. But again, the Scot's going to be a great light artillery piece that can support him on the move. Really powerful, that, obviously. We got Telemines here from Begbie. Thumbs up to Begbie. The Telemina. Still got the mine there, of course. Almost got decent fuel pump back here for Deutschland. Mortar hit there, landing straight in the lieutenant's men, causing heavy losses here. Major Rautskopf flanking the Grenadiers. Need to be careful. 50 cals there, 2 of them unleashing a torrent of lead on the unfortunate Grenadiers, screaming for assistance there as they're being pinned down behind their sandbags. Rautskopf coming up here, close to 2 there. Rautskopf pushing forwards, backed up with the Major here. He spearheads the effort with his pistol there. Be a Browning high power, which was apparently also really popular with the Waffen SS. They had their own version made, I think, in Belgium. Fun fact. Well, occupied Belgium, obviously. So Palmer up there for Begbie, has his Pioneers hard at work on that one. I suppose he could try and rush out a Stuke here. That in fact might be a fairly decent idea here versus Memphis. Of course, when it does it is another matter. He might likely just go for the Panther 4, which is obviously not a bad choice either, but he really, I think, needs to strongly consider using his commander here. I definitely think not utilising his commander is a bit of a blunder there by Begbie, arguably. Though obviously, you can argue Memphis isn't exactly making it easy for Begbie to utilise his commander, and of course the addition of the Scot there is only going to make things more complicated. We've already got 2 kills on it. You could, of course, switch crews between the Stuart and the Scot if you wanted to. That said, while it is, I think, a very powerful ability the Americans have, most American players just never use it. But really good field disrupting over Memphis against Begbie. Victory points wise, like Memphis is also like just a light years ahead of Begbie. Light years. So, I mean, Begbie, you know, really, I think needs to like put some new tactics on the table here against Memphis. He needs to like reorganize and start like really hurting Memphis here, because I think just the current approach has at this point more or less proven itself to be somewhat deficient versus Memphis. I mean, he could get lucky again, just Memphis make a mistake, but as I like to say, if your strategy is relying on your opponent making a lot of mistakes, it's probably not the best strategy. Pioneers Rascal Lieutenant on the west, he got bars of plenty there and tearing into the German infantry. Finally got some upgrades for these LMG-42s, no G-43s. And I don't think we have seen any ambush camouflage or anything. Commander. Looks like it's not going to be Stuttgart 4 for Begbie, it's like the Panther 4. Still think he should go for a Jaeger command squad eventually. But at least Begbie is doing something about the victory points now, though the fuel point is once more falling into American hands. We got the EC on the way there for Memphis. And these Pioneers reinforcing, healing. Well, not healing, they're already healed up as far as they can. And they certainly can't be overhealed. Goes to the 50 cal there. Almost got that EC8 ready. Got Grenadiers trying to deal with the Rautskopf Lieutenant on the west side, but with just one light machine gun Grenadiers squad the Pioneers. With a mines, but that's going to be a bit of a tall order here for Begbie unless Memphis just allows the Grenadiers to just fire at them at max range and without them seeking cover, because, I mean, at that point the Grenadiers could do it, but yeah. We got the gun right coming up. They should pull into cover though, and they should even try and get a bit close here. That was definitely fairly fortunate here for Begbie, and I think tactically a bit of a blunder there. But Memphis, like, he just forgot about 2 units on the left flank, which of course means Begbie could just like slaughter them fairly easily. In particular, they were like even in good cover, so that was a bit of a slip up there for Memphis, one that Begbie could exploit. But again, not really what you should strategically be relying on. We do get a Panther out from Begbie and the German army. Machine in trouble here. So we've got the Scott flying. We've got the EC at the move as well here. He has gone for the 5th cal though, not the Brad Pitt upgrade. Memphis's Brad Pitt fan club membership has been rescinded. Panther almost done. Mortar they're getting the ace level. Down the western victory point, spotted the mine there, and we got the Panther ready here for Begbie and for Deutschland, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. We'll have to see if this can help Begbie turn the tide around, because down just less than 100 versus opponent with fallen 17. Really dire straits here for Begbie, and there definitely I think needs to be again like some significant change in tactics to like really start hurting Memphis. And there we go. Looks like we're getting that right flank. He's up the gun. His Pioneers is going to try and swing up the eastern side. Very good. And there, holy smokes! Wow! The Scott and the EC8 there got knocked out by the Telemine at the same time. I mean, the EC8 had to suffer some damage, I think. Holy moly! Oh, that can work too. Good lord. I'm sure they're on the History Channel under the secret Nazi nuclear mine at Chamois or something like that. Where they'll use some, like, you know, dirty napkin writing to try and argue the Nazis had a nuclear mine. But anyways, that was a mine. Good golly. That really puts Memphis in a very bad place. I mean, he just lost the EC8 and the Scott to Telemine. That is obviously great here for Begbie. That really, like, just gave him a second chance to gain the match here. And again, really highlights why you want to lay down mines, and also crucially, why you want minesweepers. So, good work there by Begbie. Got the EC8 out here for Memphis. Second one. Still, Memphis is hardly out the fight here by that set. Again, the losses really gave Begbie some much needed breathing room here. And there you go, smoking the pause. Well, they're very good there by Begbie. Very good. Got that EC8 the move for Memphis and the tank commander there. The Brad Pitt upgrade this time. Save me, Brad Pitt. I'm sorry for forsaking you, my one true Lord and Savior, but this time I shall believe in you. Lead me to the promised land and save me from the Nazis. We got 60 of us from 11. Like, Begbie still has some serious work to do versus Memphis, I mean. Like, one mistake could still cost Begbie this match, a one stroke of genius from Memphis. So, like, Begbie's got a long way to go versus Memphis. But again, he's got at least a fighting chance now thanks to that one Telemine. It's up now to Begbie to not piss away that chance. Because we definitely have seen situations before, like a player actually were given a golden opportunity like this, and then proceed to just squander it. So, it's one thing to have the opportunity, it's another thing to utilize. And there you go. Memphis almost losing the entire rifle squad here to Begbie. But that said, on the right east side, they've got 2 squads here, definitely causing problems there for Begbie. Needs to counterattack immediately in the center there. Needs to back off here. The artillery there, of course, is going to cause heavy damage here to Begbie. Still not really much of the commander being utilized. Still haven't seen any ambush camouflage, no sprints, no G43s, no Jaeger command squad, nothing. Starting to feel like Jaeger infantry was just a misclick here by Begbie, like he was actually intending to go for mechanized assault instead, ended up with Jaeger infantry is like, ach scheiße. But obviously I can't prove that. So you got 52 versus 405, 51. I mean, that is a hell of a gap there. 50 points left now. Quick grenade against Ralph's got there. Begbie. Memphis has been forced back. Almost got wiped in the fact he dropped a light machine gun. He definitely should grab that and turn against Memphis. Center there, 5th car there being hammered by the German Infantry. Their mortified report. So that's some punch. There we go. Almost wiping the 5th car there. I think Memphis might actually be starting to get a bit frustrated here. Sort of excited here because he's starting to feel like to make some pretty rash movements. I think part of it, again, is what you see occasionally happening is like a player, if they see the other one being sufficiently low in victory points, they may start to make these really, really bad calls. So they just figure like you just need to like, you know, get through one time and then just win the match. So they're willing to like just concede any long-term advantage and just hope to get that one push in there. And that could possibly sort of explain what's going on in the Memphis. Like he's suddenly like making a lot of really rash attacks with insufficient support, which makes it much, much easier for Begbie to push him back. And that's sort of the risk that happens is like you think, okay, I just need to like push here and then don't have to consider it. But again, you start then taking these normal risks, incurring much higher losses than you normally would, at which point you actually give your opponent a really good chance to stage your comeback. So, as a rule of thumb, don't do that. In that particular sort of instance, you're more likely to actually hand your opponent the chance of winning this if you start thinking in those terms. Anyways, 5th car that grabbed here with Begbie. That's going to mean 3 machine guns for him now. Still nothing out of the commander. Scott almost on it for Memphis. Freedom and democracy. Got the Scott out here for Memphis. Got his on the flank here. Could hit the 5th car there from an angle he doesn't expect. Unless, of course, gets spotted first. But no. Gets past it and can actually flank the 5th car, falls it away. They're opening up the western victory points well here for Begbie now. Ralph goes to the Pioneers on the east side here, pushing back those goddamn Krauts. NU-42 covering up here. Got the Ace running up the west side here. Got the East shipping up there though, ready to give the Germans a hard time. Begbie here can go for another Panther. Could also just go for Stug, honestly. But he's more like, I think, just push for another Panther. This is Memphis. Oh, he does go for the... No, he counts the Stug. God damn it. It's like, you know, oh, he is going for the... Never mind. I hate those moments. Like, it looks like, oh yeah, they're going to go for the Stug, and then they just go, nah. Just messing with you. Scotland behind the gun DC. Panther 4 was the bunched up infantry there. It's definitely going to be potentially some great kills for Begbie's Panther 4. Then Memphis very smartly starts spreading out the spores there to avoid them. There we go, second Panther 4 for Begbie. Scott bombarding, pushing back the info too, but again, Memphis needs to start flanking more again. Like, he needs to see some of these head-on assaults against Begbie. He needs to flank. He needs to, like, you know, deploy smoke. He needs to disrupt here. Otherwise, there's definitely a chance that Begbie may still win this, despite, you know, a massive difference in victory points, which can, you know, otherwise easily bury Memphis or Begbie for that matter. So, bit of quad down here. The American base is starting to go. We finally got something out of the command. Is the light artillery barrage from Begbie. Almost half an hour into the game, he used the command he picked early on. I've definitely have to describe this as a not satisfactory use of Jaeger Infantry. Also worth noticing, actually brought in a third MD-42, so he has 3 MD-42s and a 5th cal. That's a lot of heavy machine gun teams here for Begbie. That's only going to be a nightmare for Memphis' infantry without sufficient support. Second Panther ready to bombard Lieutenant. Do get some smoke here from Memphis. Not bad, but the problem is the Panther can still fight despite the smoke screen here. We do have the MEC coming up here. Ralph goes to the gun DC. Grenade, a great pop here for Memphis against Begbie's gun. That light machine gun drop could be seized here by Memphis. Got mortar crew wiped here, but the Scott Panther by the advanced brass ball. They go grab the info, but they're still having to retreat here in the face of Begbie's Panzerwaffe. West side being guarded by the Scott. We got the 5th cal there, plus a pack 40 could take out here. Memphis' Scott if he's not careful in the center grenades control. We got a bad here. Panther force pushing forwards here. Begbie going on the offense here for Deutschland, but looks of it. Almost got the ace 5th cal though. Mortar crew here, a few plucky pioneers. Begbie doesn't let up. He pushes onwards for the Reich. In the west, 5th being played with the Eastern Flamethrower team there in the centre. He could try and push onwards against the EC8. It is worth noting, besides the tank there, Memphis doesn't have any significant anti-tank presence. No bazooka teams, no additional tanks, tank destroyers, or anti-tank guns. So, Begbie could arguably get away with pushing with the Pentaforce against the EC8 here. I said he doesn't have to do it. Of course, he may be concerned about what Memphis has. And certainly there's argument it gets too cocky with the Pentaforce, losing the warp, he's going to lose on the spot. So I don't fault him either for being, a bit cautious with them, but I don't think he should pass it with them either. But yeah, Memphis needs again, starting up the flanks. We've got another EC8 there for Memphis. Thumbs up. That's it so far. Memphis remains focused on the center there. Got Jaeger the obliterated by the Scots. 7 kills on it. EC8 number 2 halfway done here for Memphis. Freedom and Democracy here for the 3rd Armored Division. Pentaforce engaging the Major. Another shot fired. Major then needs to cheat. Got the EC8 moving up here.
Points are down to 300. Thanks, support is here.
Go, 2nd EC8 ready here for Memphis. And the 3rd Armored. There you go. Push on the west side. We got a Pack 40 on the Pentaforce ready here, which could stop the EC8 here if Memphis isn't careful. That's it. There's plenty of infantry which could clear out the Pack 45. We also got the Pentaforce flying through the hedges here. Definitely a bit of dice engaged on the left flank here. Could perhaps assign the entire fate of this match here. There you go. Pack crew wiped out. Looking a bit rough there for Memphis. There's Pentaforce there on the other side. Can't support there. Guys pushing the other side. Are these moving up? Moving towards the centre here. Pack showing up there. The EC8 could target a weak point there. Going Pentaforce there. Could cost him the EC8 there if Memphis isn't careful. Moving support there. We got bombardment at close range, but may not be enough. They almost got the EC8 here. Pentaforce going for the other one. Got the Pack crewed up here. Almost got the EC8. There we go. Main gun out. Smoke is being deployed here. Pentaforce on the move for Deutschland. Raft got almost wiped out here. Suddenly looking very bad here for him, and there you go. Pentaforce knocks out the EC8. The other EC8 in trouble with the Pentaforce here. Begbie closes way to victory for Deutschland. The Reich does Vaterland. There we go. Both EC8s are completely ablaze now. Begbie and the German army. The 1 in 16 Panzer Division claws his way to victory on the back of possibly one of the best seller mines I've ever seen. GG, game over. A furious fight here, but again, one that does highlight not just the importance of tiller mines, but also, just fighting better on the map, because, in both cases, Begbie struggled for a long time on the tiller mines because he kept fighting on the center. He didn't try to, outmaneuver, flank his opponent. Similarly, Memphis, once the table turned, then also resorted to the same tactics, despite having plenty of success early on with flanking, and that way got ground down. Remember, don't just rely on head-on attacks. I'm not saying you should never attack head-on, but be more mindful that when they are working, you definitely want to attack for the flanks. You want to outmaneuver your opponent. You want to rely on the element of surprise here. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.